You know what? I don't know if this is true, but I heard so much talk about Wendy Williams being so ill that she could no longer walk. And there's a lot of lawsuits and drama going on. I really feel for this lady. She's went through a whole lot. This is going to be a short video, but this is more my opinion. I just wonder what is going on with Wendy. You know, I've even heard rumors that she was dead. I don't believe she's dead. I don't know if she's dead. I hadn't heard anything on the news referring to her as being dead. But I believe what's going on with her right now is that she is unable to walk, and they said her dementia has actually gotten worse. That she was also battling some illnesses. I know I heard Graves' disease was one of them, and then lymphedema, she was dealing with that. And then there was another disease that she was dealing with, but I really wish her the best. I do know that there was some lawsuit, but from what I remember is or recall too hearing, um, I'm I heard this from Atasha K, I believe. She's a radio, sort of like a little host that she has a platform on YouTube and most of the social media sites. That Wendy Williams, the one that her husband had cheated with, she is now being cheated on. Now, I don't know how true that is, but I wouldn't be surprised if that was real, because once a cheater, like the saying is always a cheater. What I do know is from what I've read about Wendy, she had a tumultuous relationship with a hunter, was her husband, and that he was cheating, and that he would bring the woman up to the studio or where she was, and there were multiple photos of the woman, and then the woman had gotten pregnant, that the woman was living not that far away from Wendy Williams' place where she used to reside, and it was like cheating, like right in her face. And Wendy was going through that. It was so hateful and hurtful, and it was abusive, the relationship. And it was almost like, I feel like he was somewhat envious that she had the status that she had, and he was getting her money, and he was cheating with other women. I don't think that was the only woman he was messing around with. But what I'm hearing is now that Wendy is ill, that the woman that her husband was cheating with, now he's cheating on her, that woman. So what goes around comes around. So I do know that. Also, I heard some stuff in an article, and when I say I heard, it's things I've read in articles about Wendy Williams, that her son, he was getting evicted from his place, that he didn't have any money, and that he was having an issue with his mother, and he was using some of her money. Now, I'm just saying, these are some things that I read. Now, I don't know how true all of these things are, but what I do know is the abuse, the abusive relationship, the tumultuous relationship, that turned out to be true. Wendy having the illnesses, not being able to walk, the dementia, I believe that is possibly true, because she has kind of not been in people's eyesight. Also, she had years of drug abuse, drinking, alcohol, and some different things that were going on in her life that may have contributed to some of her illnesses. It's sad. We all have problems. We all go through things. I'm not saying this to poke jokes or anything, but I did notice her legs, her body, different things were happening to her. It was weird, and then she was turning up in different places, and people were saying she wasn't herself. Um, so she was going through a lot, and I think she's still going through a lot. But I wish her well.